My base sucks. So today I'm going to be building the ultimate Minecraft base on Excel SMP. Let's get to work. Currently, this tiny thing is my base, and this is not good. It does not have enough room, and there are mineshafts around it, which mean I cannot expand it. So I need to move to a different place. The first thing I did was move villagers through the nether to a different place, so that it's harder to find, and it's not next to a river, which is pretty much where everyone's base was on this server. Eventually, I found a place that I was happy with, and I managed to get the villagers down underground. While digging down, I made sure to cover off any caves, so that a player travelling in that cave would not see my entrance to the base. This is the reason I've had so many bases found, and I'm not letting that happen again. Eventually, I got to the Y coordinate I was happy with. This meant my base was deep enough so that my name tag wouldn't be visible on the surface. Once this was done, I could clear out an area to actually start building the base. I spent a bit of time digging out an area so that I'd have plenty of room to work with when making the base. I wanted it to look good, so I made sure to give myself enough room for that. During the building process, I decided to go with this 4-corridor design, with the centre being this nice sort of almost half spherical shape. I thought it would be nice to have an entrance like this, and also it just mean that getting around the base would be very simple. Once I'd cleared out an area, I decided to place some barrels down and move all my stuff down into the actual base. Having it much closer would just make my life 10 times easier while building the base. While the footage is being played of me building base, I'll explain how it's going to get me to be stacked. This server has an infinite trading plugin, which means I can abuse string dupers to get an absurd amount of emeralds. That, combined with armor smiths, toolsmiths and weaponsmiths, means that I basically have unlimited gear sets. So once I set all the villages up, everything will basically mean that I have infinite gear. Each of the 4 areas needed to be emptied out to make sure that I had enough room to complete everything. The 4 areas would consist of a storage room made out of barrels so it couldn't be detected by pie chart, a villager area including a breeder and villager trading hall, a farms area for things like sugarcane and netherwort, and then a crafting area full of furnaces and other items that I would need to craft items, enchant, and create items that would give me an advantage in PvP. The first area I filled out was the storage area. This was important as I had a lot of items that needed to be put in here. I used barrels so they wouldn't show up on pie chart, as chests are considered a block entity by Minecraft. This means that even people who were, in my opinion, nerds, couldn't actually find a space, which would be very important. The next area I worked on was the villager area. This was especially important as using these villagers I would get the infinite gear that I talked about earlier. I decided to use a very simple string duper, simply consisting of these tripwire hooks that attach to the string. Using a string duper plugin that the server had, I simply needed to open the trapdoors and the string would start duping. A couple minutes later, I had set up some water to funnel all the string into a certain area, and now I had infinite string. Then, using the fisherman villager, I could trade all of the string for the emeralds that would allow me to buy the infinite sets of gear. Now I simply need to breed these villagers a bit, so I have enough to make a proper villager breeder. After about 20 minutes, I had made a villager breeder and it was ready to start producing new villagers. This is important as I'd need many to fill out my villager trader hall. Unfortunately, this is when the base's luck would turn. The player count on Excel SMP had dropped and a new season was going to start. This one was ending and I would never be able to finish the base. One thing is certain, I will be back. Oi, you. Yes, I'm talking to you. Please could you subscribe, it helps me out a ton, and I really appreciate it. This video took a lot longer than I expected, and with the ending of Excel, it was kind of inconvenient timing, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry the video's a bit short, I guess, but there's not much I can do about it. it would take me another 2 weeks to get enough footage to make any kind of video. But, like I said, I will be back, so stay tuned for the next video.